Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Friday. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's do a time and temperature check really quick before I get into this very exciting vlog today. I don't really have tons to share, but I have something profound to share. Well, maybe, I don't know. It is currently 4:55 p.m. on Friday afternoon. And you can see I was just listening to Broken Country. I've been listening to it for like the last 2.5, 3 hours. I was literally sitting in the corner of the pool. So at home during the summers, I always just love to sit on the steps. And here I find myself sitting on the steps as well. And I didn't listen to my audiobook much yesterday, and so today I was like, I'm gonna listen to my audiobook. And so Alex was listening to music and stuff, and so I just like put my AirPods on and I like sat in it was like this corner of the pool by the steps go like the whole length of the pool. And so I sat in the corner and I just sat there for like 2 hours and listened to the audiobook, which I have some feelings about. It's Broken Country, and it is by, let me see who it's by. It's like on the bestseller list right now. It's by Claire Leslie Hall. And it was Reese Witherspoon's book of the month for March. And I put something up about it on Instagram the other day, and like that I was starting it, and a bunch of people were like, direct messaged me and were like, oh my god, it was so good, I loved it. And I had talked to Tanya, and Tanya was like, I read it in one day, it was so good, I loved it. It was interesting because I, followed that Jordy's book club on Instagram, and he did like this Q&A, and somebody said, what's the big deal about Broken Country? Like, I don't get it. And he said, I don't know that I can really explain it. Like, you either love it or you don't. And I don't really know how to explain it either. It's like, it's very, very slow. It's very slow. And the majority of it takes place like in 1968, and it goes back in time. And it's about this woman, and she's married, and she lives on a farm in England. And it was her dream to be a writer. And she meets this guy named Gabriel, who ends up becoming a writer and marrying somebody else. It's like their love affair through time. And then she marries somebody else, he marries somebody else, and then he moves back, she's lost a son. I mean, all of this you find out literally like in the first 2 chapters, but then it's like nothing really happens. I have less than, I think I have like, I'm right at about like 2 hours and 10 minutes left of this book, and there's a trial. They keep on referring to a trial that has to do with a murder. But I'm like, I still haven't found out really what the trial, who murdered who. They started talking about it in the last chapter that I was in, and then it had something to do with her brother-in-law. And it got to the point I was like, oh my god, are you like, can we know, is that the big cliffhanger or whatever of this book? I have 2 hours and 8 minutes left of this book, so I'm hoping to finish it today. Alex is getting his massage right now, and he's doing the hydrotherapy. So if you watch my vlog from yesterday or the day before, I don't know when I mentioned it, but I think it was yesterday, we booked massages and like spa treatments, and because we booked them so late, we couldn't get them on the same day. So I thought mine was today, and so we were in bed last night, and I was like, he had given me my paper, because he was the one that booked them, and so he'd given me my paper with it, and I looked on there, and mine said Saturday, and I go, babe, I thought you said mine was tomorrow. And he goes, yours is tomorrow. And I said, well, my paper says Saturday. And he goes, oh, then mine must be tomorrow. Why is the lighting going out so bad? I probably hit the switch on the side of this or something. I've been like so careless with this camera. It's not too, I mean, it's still sunny outside, so I don't know why it's getting like really low lit on. You guys don't care. You guys do not care, I know. But anyway, so he looked and he goes, mine's tomorrow. And he goes, so his was at, I think this is at 5 or 5:30. He actually went over there at like 20 after 4 to go do the hydrotherapy. So, and when I came back to the room today, which I've been in the room for probably 15 minutes, I did remember to put the camera outside so that it would like defog and stuff. I don't know if it has completely, I can't really tell, because it looks like it's kind of fogging up a little bit. Oh, it's not too bad. So yeah, I have my spa treatment tomorrow. I feel like I want to, hold on a second, let me clean this camera off. I know it's probably not bad, but it's kind of like, I feel like, is that any better? I don't feel like it is. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so my spa treatment is tomorrow, and his was today. So we got the days mixed up. So anyway, So when he left, I stayed at the pool for like another half an hour. And yeah, it was just really nice. I just kept on listening to my book, and then I listened to my book on the way back and walking over here. I mean, everything's so small over here. It's like not that far. And then I came to the room, and you know, I've been doing the sunscreen. The first day I got burnt, even with sunscreen on. So I've been doing the sunscreen. I've been reapplying the sunscreen. I've been really good with the sunscreen on this trip. And at night, I had all the stuff lined up in the bathroom to bring out here. And then I was like, oh, I need a water bottle. And so I brought my water bottle. And then I sat down and I realized I forgot to, I was gonna show you guys what I use. I think I know. I just don't know the brand of, you know what, I need to look it up. It's called like Dream or something. One of you guys recommended it to me. Let me look it up and see if I can find it. Beauty of Youth, maybe is what it's called. Hydrating face mask. Hold on a second. I like it, and I like the smell of it too. Is it something? It's something of youth, I think. Beauty of Youth. It's a really plain container. Is that what it's called? Oh, here it is. Youth to the People. This is the one I'm using. That's like literally the container. And it's the Super Berry Hydrate and Glow Dream Mask by Youth to the People. I have no idea how much it was. I'll tell you right now. It was, oh, well, it's in pesos, so I don't know how much it is. Does it convert it on here? No, it doesn't. But anyway, I really, really like it. So, I'm using that, but at night, I've been using that. So when I came in today, I was like, I've got to put on something on my face. This part up here is like, has been peeling so bad. Oh, yesterday somebody commented, they said, I have never seen you do so many vlogs in a row without wearing a hat. I don't know, do you guys like me better with a hat or without a hat? It's interesting because sometimes like Alex will be like, oh, wear a hat tonight. It's like, I love you in a hat. Other times he'll be like, I'll say like, do you want me, should I wear a hat? Not do you want me, but I'll be like, do you think I should wear a hat? Sometimes he'll be like, yeah, I'll wear a hat. Other times he'll be like, no, I like it when you do your hair tonight. So it's kind of funny to hear you guys like respond to me without a hat. I mean, when I get to the room, I don't keep a hat on typically, or, you know, at the house. When I'm not filming videos, the hat's always off at home. So, but anyway, getting right out of the pool, I just like toweled right off, and then I like put on my t-shirt. Today's t-shirt is Sublime t-shirt. So anyway, it was interesting. As I was getting ready, the pool we go to is like this infinity pool, and so there's cabanas, and then the cabanas have chairs in front of them, and so there's not that many people that come to this pool because you have like a cabana and then you have the chairs in front of it. So I think there was like 6 couples. Well, I mean, it's not a huge pool, but it's not a small pool either. I think there was like there was like 2 couples or 2 groups of people at that far end. There was like a cabana on the side, and there was like, I think like 4 people in that, and then right to the left of it, there was like another group of 4 people, and then there was like 4 empty cabanas until later, and then these 2 women and these 2 men came like later in the day, and then near us there was like 3 couples. It's interesting because we talked to 2 different couples today. One couple was from New York. They're probably a little bit older than me. And then the other couple was probably 15 years older than me. I don't know. And both of them, we were talking about like going on vacation and where they go and all this kind of stuff. The one woman, she and her husband, she's a retired school teacher. We were talking, she was reading, and that's how I started talking to her. And she was like, well, we were in Cancun for a week, and then now we're down here for 2 weeks. I'm like, you're here for 3 weeks? She's like, oh yeah, we travel like 4 times a year, and every time we do, she goes, since we're retired now, she was like, we go away for 3 weeks. And she's like, because once you get, you know, someplace you want to stay, and I was like, oh my God, I told Alex, I said, I would love to just go somewhere for 2 to 3. I mean, this trip has been fantastic because we went to Miami first, and I mean, I felt like I felt overstimulated after Ultra. I love Ultra, but I felt like I really need a relaxing trip. And so this has been so fantastic. I just feel so blessed that we can take trips like this. It's interesting because a lot of people reach out to me and they're like, I wish I could travel like you. I feel so blessed that I get to do this and spend time with my husband and just relax. It is so relaxing. And, but then we talked to this other couple that was from New York. You know, people always be like, what day did you get here? These are the questions that people ask you when you first meet up. What day did you get here? Where are you from? Like the other people, they were from Montana and Oklahoma. They go back and forth for their grandkids. And then this other couple was from New York, and they're down here for 3 weeks. They're like, would they say they're leaving a week from Saturday? And Alex was like, well, when did you get here? And they're like, we've been here for a week, like we've been here for a week and a half already. And Alex is like, and you're not leaving for a week from Saturday? I was like, oh my God, I want to stay down here for 3 more weeks. So anyway, but I just think it would be so fun. And this one woman I talked to today, the retired teacher, we were talking about books. Okay, do you guys remember me telling the story? I don't know if I've told it over here or if I told it. I think I just told it not too long ago over here, but maybe it was on my BookTube channel, but I think it was over here. So, I think it was one of the first times we came. It may have been the first time that we came. I brought one book with me, and I brought Big Little Lies by Liam O'Yeardy. It was like what got me hooked on Liam O'Yeardy. She has a new show. One of her books is coming out. I think it's called The Anniversary, sorry. It's coming out the end of this month, or it might be out already or something like that. I was going to start watching last night. I looked on Netflix. So many people have told me to watch it, The Long Island Killer or whatever. I guess it's only 3 episodes. I was going to start watching it last night because I finished Ghost last night. We'll get to that well, I didn't finish Ghost. I finished the 3rd season, but I'm going to wait till the 4th season when I get back because I think it's got 4 episodes left. So I think I'm going to wait till the 4 episodes come out and then finish Ghost. But anyway, so the first time that we ever came down here, I like read Big Little Lies in like 2 days. And I hadn't, like, at that time I was doing some physical copy reading, but I was like doing all physical copy like when you actually have a book. It's really what changed. If I talked about it the other day, I feel like I just told this story to somebody. So I either talked about it in a vlog or book, anyway. But I used to always be like, books are our friends, don't dog ear books, don't get them wet and things like that. Tanya would always be like this voracious reader by the side of the pool or the lake, and she just like, you know, put a book, like, you know, open a book like that and put it down and it gets soaking wet, and she dog-eared the hell out of it. And there was a part of me that was always kind of like, I love a used book, you know, like that you can see somebody just like tore through it and loved it. I love that. That trip was what changed me, because before that I was always like, books are our friends, you don't dog your pages, you use bookmarks and all that kind of stuff. And that trip, like, I read that book in 2 days. Big Little Lies is, if you've never watched the show is good. It's with Nicole Kidman, I think. I can't remember, it's been so long since I watched it. I haven't watched the 2nd season of it, Alex did. But if you've seen the show, you won't want to read the book because it's very similar. The book is so good, though. Her books are so well done. So anyway, I read it in like 2 days. Well, I read it by the pool, and so it got wet. The pages were like, you know, wet. I dog-eared the hell out of it, and that was really what changed me, like, how I read a book. Like, really, I like a used read book, like, just, you know, like, really getting into it. So anyway, when I finished that book, the resort hadn't been open. I think it was the first year that it was open. And so I went to the concierge desk. Did I say this on a vlog, or was I just I was telling this woman this today. And so I went to the concierge desk and I was like, do you guys have any other books here? Because I thought, like, Shirley, now call me Shirley, people had to have left books behind, right? And so the woman was like, she was real nice. She was like, we have like art books and like these big art books. Oh, I just did tell this the other day, didn't I? Where was I sitting? Oh, I was sitting, I told the story in Miami. And so, because the art books were in front of me. And I was like, no, like paperbacks. And so she's like, no, we don't have any. Well, when I was talking to this woman today, she was like, oh, I've got like, they have a section of books now for people that leave books. Like, you can leave a book, take a book, or you can just take a book and then leave it when you leave and whatever. Like a public library kind of thing, but at the resort. And I was like, how many books do they have? She was like, oh, hundreds of them. And I was like, I'm not gonna bring a book next time. Like, I'm just gonna go there and like pick a book. She's like, that's what I did. She's like, I just go and I pick a book and then like I return it and I go pick another one and whatever. She was reading a James Grapaldi book. She said it was okay. So we started talking and I said, what's like your favorite? She's like, I'll read anything. She's like, but I like suspense mystery thrillers. And I said, okay. We were talking about John Grisham. She's like, but my favorite is the James Patterson, Alex Cross novels. So, I mean, I didn't tell her I had a book, like, that I was doing this read-along, because, anyway, I just was like, oh, I'm reading all the Alex Cross books. I started in January. She's like, which one are you on? I said, I think London Bridges is the next one, which, incidentally, I just noticed that Mel gave it 4 stars, and that's a high rating for Mel, so now I'm excited to read that book, because she's been giving the James Patterson books, like, 2s and 3s, so if Mel gave a James Patterson, Alex Cross novel a 4, it must mean that it was really good. So anyway, but yeah, like all these people down here like stay for like 3 weeks. I'm like, oh my God, that's what I want. I mean, it's not like it's, you know, Australia or Bali, like where you're spending 2 days flying. It's a 3-hour flight, you know, but like all of them are like, well, once you get down here, you want to stay. And I was like, mean, I want to stay. I do, you know, I want to stay. So when I get done today with this, Alex is at his massage. I think it's from 5 to 6:30, or it's either 5 to 6:30 or it's 5:30 or 5:20. I can't remember. To 7. It's like an hour and a half massage. When I get done with this, I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna get a sandwich, and then and some little snacks and stuff to eat. So anyway, this is my profound moment that I was thinking as I was walking up here. Maybe not so profound, but you know when people ask you that question, like if you could live any day over and over and over again, nothing substantial has happened like in the last 24 hours. Like it's not been anything that was, it's not been anything like fundamentally life-changing. The last 24 hours since I've vlogged have just been, it's just been so fantastic. It's been so peaceful and so calm. Alex and I just had such a great night last night, and dinner was so fantastic, and I didn't even like really eat a whole lot at dinner because, and then I got back to the room and I was like, I'm so hungry, and then I looked on the room service because they have 24-hour room service, and there wasn't a lot to order, so I ended up eating these peanuts and a Snicker bar, and then I was kind of full after that. I don't even know really what it was. It was like, you know, we hung out last night, and it just was, I don't want to get into the details, but, and then we took a nap, you know, and he started watching Paradise last night and loved it, and then we were talking about that, and then we went to dinner, and after dinner, he was like, do you want to go to the bar? And I said, babe, it's totally up to you, I don't care. He's like, I'm kind of tired, I want to get back and watch some Paradise. And so we came back, and like, as soon as we came back, well, I called and talked to Tanya, and Tanya and I just were laughing and stuff and catching up. And as soon as I walked inside, like, I literally went inside and like was taking off my dinner clothes and stuff, and this bird just like flew like it was coming up here. It started pouring down rain last night, and so off and on all night long last night, and we had like the windows open, you could hear it. It just was beautiful. It was like this downpour, this like horrible, like, I wasn't say horrible, but I mean it was like powerful thunderstorm, and it just was so pretty. And so Alex was watching Paradise in bed with his AirPods in. I called Nikki. Nikki and I, before that, I called Nikki, and Nikki and I got laughing so hard about stuff. And I had her on speakerphone, and like Alex was asking her questions, and we just got laughing so hard about stuff. And then when I got done talking to her, he was watching Paradise. And so I hadn't really read much of the third book. Nikki and I were talking about the Life as We Know It books, because she's like halfway through the second one. I have the hiccups all of a sudden. Do I? So anyway, we were talking about that, and I was like, well, I haven't really read much of the third one. I brought the third and the fourth one, and I was like, I'm gonna read some. So I sat there in bed, could hear the thunderstorm at night. We had the fan on, and we were laying in bed with like the lights all off. He's watching a show. And they have these lights over the bed that you can like bring down. So instead of wearing my neck thing, I just brought the light down, and I read like 40 pages of the book. Then he went to bed, so I didn't want to come out here because it was like soaking wet. And so I just turned on my iPad and put my AirPods in, and I watched the last 3 episodes of season 3 of Ghost, just like laying, I had it on the table next to me. And it was just, and then like after that I was just so happy, and I fell asleep. Slept fantastically last night. Got up today. I wanted to get up a little bit earlier than I did, but got up today. Alex like went to the pool, I got ready. I met him down there like 15 or 20 minutes later. I went and got a coffee, got an iced coffee, and then I came back. It just was such a good day. Like, I read, I watched shows, I talked to friends, I hung out with Alex. I don't know, it was just a perfect day. I don't really know how to explain it other than that. I mean, nothing monumental happened. It was just, I'm just really grateful for I'm grateful for a lot, but I'm really grateful for the last 24 hours. I find that one thing that I've been doing lately more is, do you remember how I was talking about like taking time out to pray? I talked about that like a week ago at home. I have found like since then, you know, I go through periods of my life with prayer and my relationship with prayer. I've gone through periods where it's like, when things are really tough in life, like I pray for, you know, understanding, patience, strength, things like that. I feel like lately, maybe I needed to talk about that on video, I don't know. I mean, it's something I talk about with my sponsor a lot, but, and Tanya and my other friends in sobriety. But I feel like recently I have, I brought my plastic sandals out here to dry off, and there's literally like a puddle of water. I can just see it, they're not drying off. And I wore my new bare bottom black bathing suit today. So I'm trying to wear all my clothes that I brought because I overpack so much. So I've worn all my bathing suits now, except for the Ralph Lauren blue and white checked one, but I've worn that so many times that if I don't wear it on this trip, that's fine. But anyway, I found myself lately, like, when I'm like, oh, I need to pray for the night, it being like, because I'm so grateful for my life that I want to pray is where I find myself, instead of like, I need to go to God about something, like, instead it's about gratitude. But anyway, so yeah, last night was such a great night, and it's been a really good 24 hours. This trip has been good. And then, oh, so when I came in today, this is what I was talking about with the products. When I came in today, I was gonna bring all the products out here to show you. What I did not bring on this trip, I usually always bring like a face wash. I usually do like a sample bottle. So if I buy like, you know, a product you get like, you know, at Sephora or whatever, you get like a sample bottle or something. I usually save those for trips. And I'll bring like a sample face wash or a sample exfoliator or whatever. Which then Alex told me today, I don't have one, so it doesn't really matter, but he's like, don't use an exfoliator on your skin that's flaking off or peeling off. He's like, just let it naturally. But I usually use like a gentle like gel cleanser like on my face. I brought no face wash on this trip. I always bring like 2 usually. So I've just been using like, I brought this like native body wash, and I've just been using that to wash my face. I don't know how good that is, but it's something. It's better than nothing. So when I came in today, I washed my face off, and then while the camera was sitting out here waiting to be used, and then I put on the Tatcha water cream. I have a little container of it, the Tatcha water. I love the Tatcha product so much. You ever find a product that you feel like works perfectly with your skin type? I mean, I know I look greasy right now, but that's kind of like the point of it. It's kind of like it hydrates your skin. The Sol de Janeiro products and the Tatcha products, like, I've never been disappointed with either of those products. Like, I've always, and they're expensive, but there's a wedding down there today. I don't know if that's, I feel like they're drumming. Do you hear that? But it might be somebody pushing like a cart or something. I don't know. There's been a lot of weddings since we've been here. Both Tatcha and Sol de Janeiro are expensive products, but I really never, I'm trying to think if there's one of their products that I don't really like. At home, I don't bring it on the trip because the container that I have is like this big. And to do that and the hydrating face mask and all of it is like too much to carry in my cosmetics bag. But the Tatcha Rice Dream is the facial cleanser exfoliator that I use every single morning. I don't think I've ever, and Elle Leary is the one, and I love her so much. I was just messaging her the other day. She's the one that turned me on to all the Tatcha products. She sent me a bunch of them years ago as a gift, which was so sweet. I love the Dewy Face Mist. I love that so much. I actually wish I had those products. I wish I had the Dewy Face. I should have just brought it. But the container of the Dewy Face Mist is glass, and so it's heavy. I try to, like, with my cosmetics bag, I mean, that's usually one of my heaviest things in my bag, and so I try to not bring too much of it. I don't know. Next vacation, maybe I won't worry about it so much. I'll leave a pair of shoes behind, you know? And, so yeah, I told Alex, I said, did I tell you about the Gucci shoes that we were going out to dinner at that nice restaurant, and then I didn't end up going. I said, I'm wearing those Gucci shoes to dinner one night while we're down here, but I've worn Birkenstock sandals every night. So for Valentine's Day, I got him well, a couple different things for Valentine's Day, but he wanted these like sand-colored Birkenstocks like I did, so I thought, okay, that's something, you know. At this point, we've kind of like, there's nothing that we really, you know, want or need, so, but he wasn't gonna get them for himself, so I got him. So we literally have like matching Birkenstocks. His looks newer than mine though, but he wears different shoes at night. I just continue to wear the same Birkenstocks because they're so comfortable. Last night we went to the Mexican restaurant. I wasn't super hungry. Like the time we went there before, they had Like I got the avocado soup, which was like a minestrone soup but made with avocado. I didn't get that last night. I can't remember what else I got. Alex got almost exactly the same thing he got the last time. He got that meat soup. They didn't make the pumpkin thing for us. I guess it's like something special they do on certain nights. Why is it getting so dark? I don't understand. Okay. They didn't do like the pumpkin thing, which I loved. So I just got 2 different kinds of vegetarian tacos. The tacos are really small. They're like that big. And so it's like a soy something, and then the other one was like a mushroom one. They brought me 2 of each, and I think I ate like 3 of them. Oh, and then I did have dessert last night and a cup of coffee. And the dessert I had was like, they looked like little donut holes, but they didn't taste like that. And then the guy poured honey and cream over them. I don't remember what they were called, but they were really, really good. Yeah, so that was last night. And then today, not a whole lot. Went down to the pool. Well, oh, that's why Alex left first, because he was going to go look at the beach. So we can see the seaweed is getting higher and higher and higher on the beach. And it's interesting because it's not as much in the water anymore, obviously, because it's now like on the beach. So I don't know if it's like clearing out the ocean or whatever. But to sit there, you're like on the beach where they have the chairs, which we went down there today later. There were like probably 10 people sitting on the beach. I was kind of surprised. I didn't think there'd be anybody down there. So where we sit, down there where the chairs are, come on, light. It's literally like, you're like a foot away from the seaweed and you can kind of smell it. So Alex was like, I'd rather sit by the pool. And so we went to the pool today. I can't remember what time it was, probably like 2:30. I was like, let's walk down the beach. I want to get in the ocean. So we walked down the beach. We got in the ocean. It was crystal clear. I mean, there's a place if you walk down here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see it on here. So do you see the seaweed right there along the edge of the... Here, let me pull this up and I will show you guys. So you can see the umbrellas. So this is where we usually sit, right here. And you see how close the umbrellas are? It's like now like a pile of seaweed. But down here is where we swim. So we walked down there, and then we got in the water. I mean, and like for like 200 feet out, it was like crystal clear. I mean, it's later now, so it's not as much. The wedding has started. I can see people standing down there. It's like they're like, I don't know if you can see it, but they're standing down there at the very end. So the wedding setup is like there, around here somewhere. And down here you can see people that are like hosting. They're like welcoming people into the wedding. Why weren't we invited to the wedding? There has been a lot of weddings down here though. Oh, the tripod. Look, this is the tripod falling. Ah, bye. Sometimes they don't click into place. Okay. I feel a little bit better if I put it like that. And then out here, like last night, they had these big areas outside where they set up like this huge buffet kind of thing, like these tables and these beautiful lamps, like the hanging lamp set up. And so last night they had like a wedding reception on one side, and on the other side they had like, it seems like every time we're here, when we got here, there was a like a mortgage company. It must be like a national mortgage company because there was a lot of people here for it. There was like a mortgage company. It's like the big sellers, like the president. They had like a president's dinner. Last night, I can't remember, we talked to some people what the company was. They're only ever here for like 2 or 3 days, which I think is interesting. They were here for a real short time. And they always have like a lot of activities. Like the day we talked to the person, they were like, all the guys went like, and whoever, I guess the women, if they wanted to, went golfing. I don't remember what kind of business it was. The time before when we were here was like a roofing convention. I don't remember what it was. Maybe that was 2 times ago. I don't know. But that was last night. I think they all left today. Because it was like, when you walked by, it said like President's Dinner. And it was like 20 tables set up. But they had these really nice dinners outside. Oh, and then in the main building, like the upstairs, they have like this like, where you sit down. It's like an open indoor restaurant, if that makes sense. and they were having like some kind of reception up there, but it looked like a wedding reception or something like that. When we were at dinner last night, there was this group of girls sitting behind us. It was probably like 10 girls. They were probably like in their mid-20s, maybe late 20s, I don't know. The camera stopped. When they got up to leave, one of them had like a white dress on, like a lace dress, like cute, like little dress on. And all the other ones had on light blue. And Alex is like, do you think it's a bachelorette party? I was like, do you think? But yeah, but it's been really good down here. I do want to finish this Broken Country. I'm thinking about reading next. I bought this book. I'm gonna go through. Somebody said the other day, why do you not want to talk about books anymore? Because a couple people have said on here like they feel. Back in the day, if I talked a lot about TV shows, people would say, not everybody, but there would be a couple people that would say, and I appreciate everybody was like, talk about what you want to talk about. I appreciate that, but I also do the vlogs because I want people to enjoy them, and I don't like want somebody to be like, oh my god, he's talking about books again. I gotta talk about books a little bit, but I don't have to talk about 45 minutes of books, you know? So back in the day when I would talk about TV shows a lot, which I still do, people would be like, I mean, just a few would be like, don't you have a TV channel for that? I'm like, I do, and I probably should be over there talking. So a couple people have said like, they're not real into the book reading thing, which I totally understand. I don't feel like that's a harsh criticism at all. So anyway, I'm just trying to keep off of it. But why does it say I did not start this stupid book? Okay. Mark this is finished. Okay, so I'm thinking about reading next. Well, I have the James Patterson books for this month, for April. I haven't read any of them yet. This is totally not a book that I would typically read, but that Jordy on Jordy's Book Club keeps on pushing this book called Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Denneman. And it kind of is like, looks like something so much that I wouldn't read. That it's a series, I think, too, and this is book one, that I kind of think I would like it. Gillian McAllister, Famous Last Words, that just came out not too long ago. Wish You Were Here, somebody recommended by Judy Picoult, I was going to read. Oh, this is that Jordy, is most of them. Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix. We Are Watching by Allison Galen. But the book that I was going to read, I think it's called The Honeymooners or The Wedding Party or something like, oh, here it is. The Wedding People by Allison Esbach. That book has been on the bestseller list for so long. And I also have The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. I have like 2 Janet DeLeon Misfortune books to read. I have so many things to read. So, I mean, I literally 565 titles that I haven't started yet. But The Wedding People has been on the bestseller. Has anybody read it? Has been on the bestseller list for so long. And I've seen down here a couple people read it. Like they've had the book. And so I'm like, maybe I should read The Wedding People. I think it's like, let's look it up and see what it's about. I think it's about people that go on like a trip or something. It's supposed to be really, really good. But I have a feeling it's kind of like, a little bit like those, Caroline loves those books. I've read one of them. Emily Henry books. I feel like it's kind of like that. Okay, I'm pulling it up on Goodreads. 4.14 rating, which is really high, out of 421,000 ratings. I mean, that is a lot of ratings. Alternate cover, okay. A propulsive and uncommonly wise novel about one expected wedding guest and the surprising people who help. Oh, I remember this. It's a beautiful day in Newport, Rhode Island when Phoebe Stone arrives. I feel like I've already read this on here. Phoebe Stone arrives at the Grand Cornwall Inn wearing a green dress and gold heels, not a bag in sight, alone. She's immediately mistaken by everyone in the lobby for one of the wedding people, that she's actually the only guest at the Cornwall who isn't here for the big event. Phoebe is here because she's dreamed of coming for years. She's hoped to shuck oysters and take sunset sails with her husband, only now she's here without him, at rock bottom and determined to have one last decadent splurge on herself. Meanwhile, the bride has accounted for every detail and every possible disaster the weekend might yield, except for, well, Phoebe and Phoebe's plan, which makes it that much more surprising when the two women can't stop confiding in each other. In turns absurdly funny and devastatingly tender, Allison Esbach's The Wedding People is ultimately an incredibly nuanced and resonant look at the winding path we can take to places we never imagined, and the chance encounters it sometimes takes to reroute us. I think I'm going to read that next, because I'm already reading Broken People. It should be called Broken People. Broken Country. The thing about Broken Country is, I think the reason Tanya loved it so much is it is definitely a romance novel. But it's not like, I mean, there are like intimate scenes and stuff like that, but it's not like a romance novel that's like steeped heavily in that. I mean, it's definitely like a generational romance novel of this like long love affair that goes in and out of different marriages and kids and things. A lot of devastating stuff that happens in there. It's actually really short too. I think on Audible it's like less than 9 hours. And I listen to books like 2 times speed or faster. I think I'm listening to it at like 2 times 3 speed. So, which is interesting because it has an English narrator, and usually I have kind of a hard time with that. Like I have to slow it down a little bit. But the narrator on this is fantastic. I love the narrator on Broken People. I'll tell you who the narrator is. Let's see. Title details. The narrator is Hattie Morahan. 8 hours and 57 minutes. So it's like a short Audible. That's a short Audible listen for me. I would say anything over 12 hours for me, I consider like a longer Audible listen. But I do not think that I will probably finish the 3rd Life as We Knew It book before we get back, unless I just like tonight, I just like tear into it and read. But I also think I want to start some true crime tonight. Last night watching the show in bed, because I almost hardly ever, like very rarely, like when Alex and I are in bed, do I watch like my iPad. He does, but I don't. Like I'll watch it downstairs. And so last night, do you guys remember years ago? I think I recorded it leaving there. But he got us a hotel room at the, what's it called? The Ironworks Hotel that's right by us. And so we went the night before with Melissa and Jason for dinner on Valentine's Day at, what's that restaurant called? The steakhouse, I can't remember. Ruth Chris, which is in that same area. And then we stayed at the hotel. They didn't stay there, but we stayed at the hotel. And that night, it was like snowing outside. Well, Alex had to get up for work early the next day, and I didn't. So I stayed up, and I can remember laying there in bed, and I was drinking like a real Dr. Pepper out of the bottle, and I had like my M&Ms, and I was eating them. Some kind of candy. I think it was like peanut butter M&Ms. And I was watching Hell in the Heartland, the Jax Miller, is that her name? We read it for True Crime Book Club. But it was a documentary that was on HBO Max. I don't know if it's still on there or not, but it is one of the scariest. It was so well done. And yeah, I would highly recommend that documentary. But anyway, about the 2 girls that went missing. It was fantastic and so scary to watch, Hell in the Heartland. And I remember laying there in bed. So that's what it kind of reminded me of last night. I don't know, I just really enjoyed laying in bed, like watching my iPad. I told Alex that. He's like, well, you can do it every night at home. I go, I know, but I like my chair downstairs at home. He goes, he started laughing. He was like, okay, well, I go, it's different in a hotel room. He goes, how's it different? I go, because I don't have my chair downstairs. He goes, and this is not like, I like sitting out here because I can hear the waves and stuff. But, and I don't have to like wear my AirPods out here. Sometimes I do because I can't hear because of the waves, but most of the time I don't. I'm like inside, the fan's going, the doors are closed, so we can't really hear it. But this is not, like this couch is not super, super comfortable. So, yeah, anyway. I'm starting to get hungry for my sandwich. They have like 4 vegetarian sandwiches here, and so I've been going through them and trying to like try each one and see which one I like best. They kind of all taste the same. Like one of them doesn't have avocado in it. I think that's the only difference, but they all have like this vegan cheese, which is really not that bad. And then like one is on like wheat bread, but it's like a wheat, like they make them all into paninis. I didn't think they did. Alex gets like a grilled cheese panini. What they put on it the other day though, because he was real excited about it. He goes, but she's gonna put ham on it. I go, oh, so it's a ham and cheese panini. He goes, it's a grilled cheese with ham. I go, okay. He goes, what? It's a grilled cheese with ham on it. I go, okay. It's a ham and cheese panini. Anyway, it's been a good day. It's been a good day. I'm trying to think of what else. I was talking to my neighbor, texting her earlier. She got another package. And I was like, so that's been 2 packages. One of them I thought was candle waxes, and she's like, it's bigger than that and heavier than that. And I was like, that was the other day. And I was like, what did I order that would have been bigger and heavier? I can't even think. I didn't get like an email confirmation. I don't think I did. Saying that something had been delivered. I'm thinking about, did I tell you guys this the other day? So you know I haven't done Peter's movie club for a while. Not that really anybody's been asking. No, like nobody's been asking about Peter's movie club. People have asked more about the Shark movie club than Peter's movie club. But what I'm thinking about doing this summer, I think maybe I will keep Peter's movie club. I don't know. I'm not really into the Shark movie club as much as I was when I started it. So we may just get rid of that. And I don't think anybody cares anyway. And then Peter's movie club, I'm thinking about starting it like the first week. Okay, tell me, did I already share this with you guys what I'm thinking about doing? Okay, so in Indianapolis at the Art Museum, the Indianapolis Museum of Art, which is not called that anymore, I don't know, it's called Newfields. When I was a little kid, so they have it in the back of the art museum, it tears down, like it's like 100 feet, tears down 100 feet. And it's like cement, but in between they have grass, so you can go there and have picnics and stuff. But they put this huge screen out there in the back. Nikki's texting me. So they have this huge screen in the back, and then they probably already have up the schedule for this summer. It used to be called the IMA movie Indianapolis. See if it pulls up anything. So they used to do it. Everybody's talking about this Minecraft movie that's coming out. Okay. It's not pulling up. Let's put in Newfields. Newfields summer movies. So when I was growing up, it was the IMA, the Indianapolis Museum of Art. And my mom and I went out there and did it with like some friends like once or twice. And like and back then you could bring out like a picnic basket and with food and stuff like that. Now they sell stuff out there. I don't think you can take stuff out there anymore. They have like concessions, but the concessions are like fancy concessions, like special sandwiches, big pickles, like bottles of wine, special lemonades. It's like expensive to go do that. But anyway, but I remember they used to do it like they would theme it like all Alfred Hitchcock movies, or they would do like big hits from like, I don't know, 1980s or something like that. There was always like, or romances. There would always be like a theme to it, right? And you could buy the whole summer, or you could go out there. And I think we just did it like once or twice. I don't remember. My mom and I always talked about we were going to go back and do it. Alex and I have talked about doing it forever. And I don't know if we've done it once, or I don't even remember. But anyway, I loved it. I loved doing that. It was so fun. It's like one of my fondest memories from being a kid. And like you spread out a blanket and stuff like that. So I'm thinking about kind of morphing that into Peter's book club, and then starting Peter's book club like Memorial Day, because in Indianapolis, summer, like I know summer starts June 20th, 21st, I get that. But like in Indianapolis, summer is really considered like Memorial Day weekend to Labor Day weekend. So I'm thinking about doing Peter's movie club and being like Peter's summer movie club from like Memorial Day weekend to Labor Day weekend, and then, which I'll probably get 300 views on these videos, and I'm putting all this time and energy and thought into it. But these are the things I get excited about. Oh, my battery just went to the halfway mark. This must be the bad battery. So anyway, so I was like, I think what I'm gonna do is this summer, I'm gonna do all blockbusters, because now I don't know if I can wait until summer, but for some reason, somewhere, either on the plane, I don't remember where we started having this conversation. You guys, I probably mentioned it on here and I don't even remember now. But I started thinking about the Raiders of the Lost Ark movies. And so I was like, I want to watch those movies again. Oh, because Alex and I were talking about series that we're going to watch. Like we might watch the Harry Potter one, but neither one of us are very that excited about it. Like the Godfather series, the Star Wars series. Well, the Raiders of the Lost Ark movies, I really want to see. I've never seen the newest one that just came out a couple years ago. Tanya loved it. So, I'd also like to watch all the James Bond. I've seen a lot of them. I've probably seen like 80% of the James Bond movies, but to watch them from the very beginning all the way through, I think would be really fun. That would be a fun thing to do in the summer too. So, I think I'm gonna do like Peter's movie club and do blockbusters. Like, Poltergeist, one, you know, that was a blockbuster. Like, look back at what the blockbusters were of the movies, like, of all the years I was growing up, of, like, movies that we couldn't wait to get to the movie theater and watch. Don't you think that'd be kind of fun? I think that would be kind of fun. So, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. You know what? Before this gets off here, because the battery is going to die here soon, so let me do a thumbnail. You guys ready? Because, you know, I'm trying to do thumbnails that look nice now in my vlog. Do you guys like my nicer vlog thumbnails? Okay. I'm afraid if I start looking down at comments that the battery's going to die and I won't even realize it. And I really, to be honest with you, don't want to go inside and replace another battery, and I'm hungry for a sandwich, so I'm thinking I'm going to go do that. But let's pick out one comment. Amy left all blue hearts. She's the newest comment. That was 2 hours ago. People are talking about Golden Girls. Teresa's talking about the Gilmore Girls. Curly, oh, this is what I was going to tell you. Curly said, Peter's eyes and hair pop with that tan. I think Peter looks amazing. You are so sweet. Thank you so much. I haven't read all the comments where people saying mean stuff about me. Okay, so this is what I was going to tell you. So I was getting, like, dried off. I got in the pool one last time before I came up here. Come on, light. It's like, I think it's focusing on, I don't know, something. But anyway, right before I came up here, there was this woman. She was about my age. Gorgeous woman. Fantastic body. She had this, like, cool cowboy hat thing on and this, like, bikini. And she, like, walked out. And when she had walked out, I was, like, in the pool and I was getting out. And she, like, looked down and smiled at me. She walked by, like, 3 or 4 times. Her husband was, like, equally as good looking. And so, but my AirPods in the first time she said something to me, and I thought she just said hi, and so I was like, hi. And so when I took my AirPods out, and then I got in the pool one last time, and I was drying out when she walked back into the pool, and so she stopped, and she's like, I was drying myself off, and I couldn't hear her, and she said something, and I said, I'm sorry, what did you say? And she goes, you are a very handsome man. And I said, oh my gosh, thank you. She goes, does nobody ever tell you that? I go, I guess not enough. But no, she was just start laughing. She was so sweet. She's like, she's like, all day long. She's like, I have thought you were so handsome. I was like, oh my God, like, I don't get that very often, you know, like, well, definitely not in public or anything. It made my day. That totally made my day. So you should always tell people that when you see people in public. If they have something on that you like, you should tell them, you know, like, oh, I really like your sweater, or, you know, if they have a nice smile or something like that, always tell people that, because it makes their day, you know. So yeah, that was the highlight of my day. I can live happily ever after now. Anyway, okay, let's read one more comment. Mary said, I would love Bravo videos, even just a season recap would be fun. That way there's no pressure to cover every new detail, just a thought. Well, I've done them, and I appreciate you saying that, but when I do them on my Peter Watches, have you watched them on my Peter Watches TV channel? Because when I do them, it doesn't seem like people are very interested in them at all. I feel like half the views are from people that watch every video on that channel. Because some people will even comment and say, I don't even watch The Housewives, but I like watching your videos, which I appreciate. I think that's cool. But it doesn't seem like a lot of people are watching it to hear what my opinion is about The Housewives. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, but I definitely will take that. I said once Atlanta started, I was going to do Atlanta every week, but then I just kind of was like, I don't know. I think I'm going to focus more on true crime documentaries over there, because I enjoy doing that. Heather said, Peter, I still think you need to watch Nurse Jackie, even though, okay, one of my best friends, so, oh my God, this woman today and this woman and Alex started talking about Dexter, and Alex goes, Peter still hasn't watched it, it's one of my favorite shows. He goes, it's one of his best friends, because Mel always wants me to watch Dexter. And so she looked at me and she goes, I don't even watch TV, and she goes, and Dexter is so good. She was telling us about how, like, her garage door was open, and she, like, forgot to close it. She just watched an episode of Dexter, and she was terrified. So anyway, so 2 shows that people really want me to watch. I have, like, one of my really, really good friends that I don't really ever talk about on camera. She has wanted me to watch Nurse Jackie for years. Mel and Alex both want me to watch Dexter, and you as well. So maybe, and people ask me about Grey's Anatomy, now Gilmore Girls. I can't keep up. I can't keep up. I guess there are worse things if the thing you have to worry about the most is what TV show are you going to watch for the day, you know? Okay, right before I get off, I feel like I have to do another thumbnail. Because I'll forget where I put the last one. All right. I hope you guys are having a I'm going to get a sandwich. I hope you guys are having, and probably a donut. Don't judge. I hope that you guys, or judge if you want to, I don't really care, I'm gonna have a donut anyway, you know? Anyway, I hope you guys are having a magically, I didn't do the temperature check, did I? Do you guys wanna know what the temperature is? It doesn't feel as hot as it did yesterday. Probably because it rained. Oh, it's 1 degree. I think it was 85 yesterday, it's 84 today. So, I hope you're having a magically amazing Friday and a fantastic beginning to your weekend. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Be kind to one another, and most importantly, be kind to yourself. I haven't done the long outro in a long time. When I come back, I'll do the long outro. Anyway, be kind to one another, but like I said, most importantly, be kind to yourself. You deserve it. And I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. And thank you so much for keeping up with me while I'm on vacation. I appreciate it. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.